What's up? I gotta let this refocus. How's it going? There we go. That should do it. I'm pretty late again tonight. The weather tried to kill me, so that's a reality I live in. Okay. I'm just gonna be running some Seiryu and Yojimbo stuff tonight. That's pretty much it. Maybe, something else. Who knows? But, there's really not a whole lot going on in the game right now. As far as content, you know. Stuff's there, but nothing really new. And I don't really need any clears right now either. Well, some, I guess, would help out, but... Anyway. Howdy. Let's see what's going on. People are running it. But there's no DP. Oh, practice. I don't know about it. Yeah, I'll just make my own. Let's go ahead and get it going. And a little bit later, I might just do some Yojimbo stuff for fun. I don't really necessarily need to do it. I just want that Chocobo barding. Like, I've been rocking the Byakko stuff for a long time. So I'm ready for a new one. And what's up, Riz? Glad to have you. How was your Thursday? Hopefully it went pretty well for you. Also, Riz, what are you up to tonight? You wanted to get on some Yojimbo later? Chance for a barding? For the old Boca Cho? Anyway, while I'm waiting, that did, yeah, good deal. I'm gonna go ahead and gather the daily MGP stuff. Your day was alright, nice. Very nice. That's kind of how mine was. It was a really quiet day. Can't complain at all. Really quiet though. It was a pretty good day. You still haven't caught up on Hildy? Get caught up on Hildy, Riz! Oh man, you can do it! Dude, I'll help whenever I can. I mean, it's such a good story. I wish I had a Grand still. Man, I miss the Hildy Grand, to be honest with you. Only get little tidbits of Hildy these days. It's kind of sad. I love the questline so much. Fun fact though, almost never even dabbled with it at all. It was one of those things that was optional in the game. And like, I wasn't gonna do it. I just wasn't. I was trying to get caught up for Stormblood, so just wasn't thinking about it. And honestly, Somebody, I can't even remember who it was. It was right around when I was first started streaming the game too. But somebody had actually told me that I needed to do it, that it was worth it. And now I wish I remember who exactly it was so I could thank him, but it was like, it's getting close to 2 years ago. Which is crazy. Got a grind for the regalia. I feel you there. It is kind of a grind, but I was actually like talking to Mira a little bit earlier today. It's like, honestly, as long as you do these, like you keep doing your lottery thing. It's weird to say it like that, but legit, you know, you do your scratch offs. Space alien. But yeah, you do your scratch offs and your jumbo cacpot every day and every week. Very, very good start. Unless, you know, you get a 36, which is, I mean, you still get profit, but damn, it's not much. But yeah, just doing these at least, I mean, it's a really good source of actually, you know, getting a decent flow of MGP throughout the week. And then also always doing your fashion report. I mean, that's an easy 10,000. Even if that's what I do. Like, I don't even spend a gil on the fashion. I just go do it. Like, as long as you have a piece of gear on everything that you have, like at every slot, you know, that's possible, except for the shield, you know, obviously. Really, like, you'll always get like a 70 and get 10,000. Even if you do less than that, if you just do it, you get 10,000. Like, you don't even gotta look good, and you'll get 10,000. But, I mean, that's every Friday. But still, you know, it's another one of those things, just keeping the weekly loop. But I'm sure you know, like, this is nothing I gotta tell you. It's just hard to keep up that constant grind. I literally had to beat it into my set path. Like, it's something I do in every stream. Like, it's first place I go. Just keep that cycle. And if you've literally got nothing to do, I've had days where I do log in. It's not often anymore, but I used to have days, anyway, where I would log in, and I would just go to the Chocobo Square, and I would play Out on a Limb when I had nothing else to do. Like, I wouldn't even try to, like, run anything with anybody. I'd just be there. Just out on a limb, swinging away. Have something playing on TV while I had the game going on the PC here. Just going nonchalant, trying to grind the best I could. Also, another good one, Chocobo racing. Like, it's a little expensive getting into it at first, but overall, it really pays off and it is a lot of fun. But I'm not gonna lie, once you've done like 10 in a row, it starts to get a little grindy. But, I mean, it's a fun way. But those are the best ways. Don't go cuff a cur. I mean, maybe if you just want to feel a little confident, and like I don't right now. I'm probably not gonna hit the center. Always wait for it to slow down. I'm not one of those people that get it like right off the bat. And like, you get a 25. That's as high as you can go with that thing. Not a good way. Like I said, unless you're feeling confident, maybe. But this is the corner right here. Not here. Not finer minor, but here. Definitely a good way. Like, it's so underrated that it's not really, a lot of people don't even talk about Out on a Limb. They'll just tell you to do that other shit that was at the beginning. And doing gates is a good thing as well. But that's the thing, you gotta catch them every hour, and that's harder to do, especially if you're in party finders and stuff like that. So I get that that's tough, but maybe perchance, sometimes, you know, you could just catch it. We need one healer. If only, Minato! You should be our healer! I was about to say, was asleep, but your dogs were barking and woke you up, so here you are. Oh, well, that means you're probably not online. Gold Saucer doesn't really interest me, though. I think you would have preferred another fight like Rathalos. Not me, because I am jealous of your dragon. And I can't get anybody to go in there with me. Cool. That person's name is Citrus Free Marmalade. Shout out. That was a hell of a name. Man, Minato, the weather almost killed me tonight. That was a thing. Like, Riz, the weather almost killed me tonight. I'm saying it to the both of you, by the way. Just almost died tonight. I wonder, can you give somebody MGP? Like, don't get any ideas. I'm not that generous right now. I'm just wondering. You never know. I was gonna say, you might be able to do some... You never know. You know, I've seen some people lay under bridges for some gil before. You know, they have Mahjong now, too. I'm not good at that game in real life, so I doubt I'll be good at it in this game. But, that's also an option. We're waiting on this one person to come back. This is a good thing about Out on a Limb, too, honestly. If you're, like, again, literally have nothing to do and you're sitting in a queue, great way to, like, this is something you can actually actively do to make quite a bit of gil, or MGP, my bad, and not really have to go anywhere like you do with the gates. That's the downfall with the gate, is, like, it's an awesome source of MGP. If you can catch it on time. And another thing, if you actually get in there, that's another thing as well. Oh, that guy's straight up not ready. No, he said he was ready. Double ready check. Double ready check. Just in case. How did I almost die? The weather, I just told you. No, for real. I was like, one of my friends just got a new place. So I was going to check his new place out after work tonight. And, I mean, it's like one of the close friends, so of course. Well, like, it didn't go as planned. So, I ended up getting there very late. And literally, you know, like, those flash rains that just, like, literally, just like, if you were in, like, a small area that was dome-spaced, you would be flooded instantly. Just by flash. Like, literally, I was going down the road, and I'd see it in front of me happen like it's a fucking movie. Just sheets of fucking rain start pouring like crazy. I don't know, it was wild. Instantly, like, nearly hydroplaning. Cars in front of me slamming on their brakes. Like, think the worst. Whatever you're thinking, that's probably what happened. It was not a fun time at all. It was terrible. To make it worse, it's spring, so everything around here is blooming. The southern coming out. It's blooming down here. No, but everything around here is blooming, so, like, there's that, too. It's not just rain. It's rain with, like, flower petals in it and shit, which is terrible. It's like being inside of a tornado, so I assume. I don't really know what that's like, but I feel like that's pretty much what it's like. Shit's going everywhere. Fucking rain. I don't actually know if it rains in a tornado. Huh. I've never seen one. Knock on wood. Let's hope I never see one. But, yeah. Death almost occurred. It was just not fun. Luckily, I made it home safely, though. Unless this is some sort of weird purgatory hell and I died on my way home and I just didn't realize it yet. No, it definitely didn't happen. But, or did it? It can rain in tornadoes. Damn! That's scary. What if it was like snowing in a tornado? Or hailing? Isn't that like the weirdest thing that our planet can produce out of nowhere? Just a fucking spiral of air. Like that's it. It's air. Just a spiral of it. And it is vicious as fuck. Like, tears shit to pieces, blows stuff away. Like, my mom lives in the next state over, but it's really only the next town over as well. So it's really not as far as it sounds. But, I mean, I live pretty northwestern of Georgia here. Like, pretty damn northwestern in Georgia here. And, so, I mean, it's really not that far, but it's in the next state over. So there's that. But, yeah, there was a tornado that hit, like, pretty close. I mean, it was, like, 4 miles away from my mom's place, and it was just, wow. That's all I can really say. Like, it literally tore half of the city apart. It was insane. And it happened in, like, 30 minutes. That was the craziest thing. Like, it didn't happen, like, over a long period of time. Like, it happened very quickly. Oh, man. I was about to say, like, why do I have that? Stephen, what's up? Got the Verrays ready. Well, I'm glad you got the Verrays ready. If the weather keeps up like this, shit, I might need one. Oh, ooh, ugh, we might not live. Remember the one last rampage Tuscaloosa saw a few years ago was bad. Tornadoes. Actually, all natural disasters that actually happen in the Earth. That is a wild thing. That's a very vicious thing that our planet can throw at us. Think about, like, in the past, how it was with, like, sudden ice age, like, an ice age. What the fuck? An ice age? Ah! That's always something that blows my mind. It's like thinking of stuff like that. Like, the year I was born, luckily, I was, born at the latter of the year, but in 93... I don't know how much of the world was affected by this, but Georgia, northwestern Georgia here in my area more specifically, was hit by a, I don't know if you can say hit, but, affected is another good way to put it, very vigorously by a blizzard. Like, it was straight up, like, my grandparents told me there was, like, 3 foot of, like, ice, not ice, but 3 foot of snow on the ground. I mean... everybody had to, like, help each other in the town. I don't know, it was, like, crazy shit. And that's just, like, a weird thing to think about. Just, like, out of nowhere, our planet can just send like all kinds of crazy shit at us, like no doubt. You're probably wrong. Ah! $99. Oh boy.
You brought this upon yourself.
Ah! I felt like that guy was chasing me. He's like, take it. Whoa, this is all kinds of super fucked up. I don't know where the fuck he was supposed to be pointing that thing. Like, I do know he's supposed to be on the 2, but he was like, he was about to kill everybody on 1. But it worked out. We're good. It was a little spooky. So, is that the year that you were born, Minato? 99? That can't be right. What happened to 99? We have a legend where you live about tornadoes. What's the legend? I feel like I need to know. Legend's the greatest thing. What even happened? Why are we all dead? What was that? Oh, okay, never mind. Somebody was, some tomfoolery was going down there. Old legend of tornadoes. No, 97. You meant 99 for the enrage ad thing. Oh, okay. Oh boy. It makes so much more sense. I remember you telling me how old you were just the other day, and I was like trying to do the math in my head. I was like, does not add up. Wrong again, Seiryu. Literally, that's pretty much what half of this fight is, running all over the place.
Beg not for mercy. Tremble before true power.
The power. Do I got a tether thing? No, I'm good. It's kind of a long story. That is the start to every great story. Like, have you ever noticed that? Like, anytime there's the greatest story to ever be told, it always begins with, well, it's kind of a long story. Okay. Much. Well, I was about to say much better. Kinda the same.
Impudent mortals.
The Cartoon Network allowed Johnny Bravo to fuck a clown on an airplane. Look, the 90s had a lot of weird shit going on in their cartoons. Like, now it makes no sense and they could never do it. And if they still somehow do it and get away with it, my mind's blown even further. But think about him on the Powderpuff Girls, that villain. That's like the most un-PC villain of all time. And we live literally in a PC culture. So there's one for you that is just a reality that we lived in. Or on Dexter's Laboratory, or Laboratory. Only call it Laboratory because he did. Anyway, that was another one. There was a lot of fucked up shit and references that happened in that show too. Like, what was up with that lady that was in love with the monkey on their Avengers spinoff? Telling you, there was some fuckery going down with a lot of cartoons in the 90s. Like, sometimes I think about the shit our parents let us watch, and I'm just like, what were you watching? And then I remember they had, like, Bugs Bunny throwing anvils on people's heads and shit like that when they were a kid. There was like, you know, where's the violence? Ramitama. I swear this dude hates me.
You've nowhere to run.
Bad spot to be.
You brought this upon yourself.
I think he got him. Good deal.
Beg not for mercy.
I don't think we're gonna get it. I think, there's something way off, and one is our overall DPS is just way too low.
How it burns.
I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Like, we are kind of behind on damage here. Ugh, shit. I should not have this.
Tremble before true power.
Ooh! Oh, thank God I'm on the right side. I was just like, in that moment, I'm like, ugh! I don't know what to do!
Flesh of my flesh. Show them their folly.
I don't know, we might make it. They might just prove me wrong. Ah, shit.
Flesh of my flesh. Show them their folly.
It's at 23%. It's like, again, at one of those iffy moments where it's like, we gotta pump it up. We might get another good limit break in here, though. We've almost got 2 bars charged up.
Beg not for mercy.
No, we're at 16. I think we got it. Because we, again, we've got the other limit break right here with us. Maybe. $13.
You brought this upon yourself. You've nowhere to run. No!
Ah!
I will not lose. I cannot. Impudent mortals. Grant me the strength to smite mine enemies.
Yeah, we got it. He's at 1%. We got it. Okay, whew. An actual good group? Rare. Yeah, we got it. Probably the only cool thing about where you live. You think so too? I gotta catch up. I think it's just paladin stuff. Yep. Okay. Talking about the crab guy. What else doesn't add up? So, okay, I got that far. Basically, there's this, brunette's mound where some Native Americans are buried. It's because he is Johnny Bravo, the crab guy. The Native American told people as long as no one built on the mound, the Native American spirits would protect the city from natural disaster. That's cool. Could be a coincidence, but when people started building on the mound, we had a devastating F5 tornado in 1966. Probably the only cool thing about where you live. That is crazy, though. Replaying Persona 5, you completely forgot it about Yusuke wanting to paint Anne as a nude model. So funny. It is actually really funny. Aw, man. Spoke too soon, Rez. No, it was a decent party, though. Just a little slow on DPS. What the hell? Ugh, so much work. No, I can't do it like that. It has to be tank. The only reason I tried is because somebody else told me to do it. Shit, doesn't even work. But I get why, it's because it's still considered a high-end duty. Hopefully it won't be too bad trying to fund another tank. Hopefully. So did anybody get into anything cool today? Like literally all I did was work. And almost die, but other than that, I'm all good. But I'm not gonna lie, Minato. I've been really wanting to play through some more Persona 5 again. I gotta read through this. They're killing me. Anyway, why would you want more, like, there's a tank swap in this. Like, sure, 3 healers could, maybe. But I just see that going way wrong as a DPS is about to get launched with some massive fucking damage. What kind of strategies are people trying to even collect and play out here? It reminds me of, like, the whole skipping a segment out of Byakko, which actually does work out better for Byakko. But, like, who the hell are these people? Yeah, you know what? Let's just tear down the walls, do it, go straight through the middle. Which, that last thing that I said there is speaking vaguely out of turn, but still. Why not just, like, let's do it the way that is correct? Let's win it. Maybe, instead of trying to just, like, try to die again. By the way, this doesn't happen often, but if you've paid attention to the Out on a Limb game playing behind me right now, it's like one of the best games I've ever had. This is one of the reasons why I really promote this game very well, is because just pretty much how easy you can really make some MGP. Like, I've still got 25 seconds down, and this is the last double down, and I have a chance to win 600. I never do that one. I'm not going to now either. I mean, 25 seconds, I'm sure I've got enough time to get the 600, but with 500 MGP already, it's not really worth the risk to go over that last extra step. It's like, sometimes when they put the gilded Cactar on Out on a Limb, or not Out on a Limb, but, what is the other one? Leap of Faith. When you're on Leap of Faith and you see that gilded that's right up there, you got like just a few minutes left, you're thinking, maybe I could do it. Or maybe you're just at the top and the hands out and like you could just hop and take what you've got instead of risking it all for that extra little bit more. That's the way I look at it. Play how you want to, definitely. That's just my point of view on the situation. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, Minato. Plus, I even tried it already. They asked me to, and it literally wouldn't let me put the party finder up like that. So yeah, I really don't think that's a thing right now either. It's just something, for some reason, the healer wants to, like, do to all of us, apparently. I don't know. But we're just, like, not gonna... Oh, shit, they left. Okay. Minato, you feeling awake yet? The fight's too strict? Yeah, definitely. That's what I think too. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe somebody out there has done that, but there's multiple tank busters, and you need tank swaps. Like, without those fundamentals in the battle being put to use, there's nothing good that's gonna come out of that. I mean, that's literally how you gotta fight the fight. I can only imagine how horrific it would be for one tank to, like, take this and then try to take the other side without, like, trying to, like, take his hate in a minute. Like, that's just wild. They're wilding out here. Solo heal it? That sounds like a Nightmare 2 though, really. Mainly just because, like, basically when you get split to the phases, like, I hate to use this for example. We'll use my character as Seiryu. Actually, nah, he moves around too much, and he might too. We'll just use my character. When he does the 2 beams, like, you know, after he thrusts you to this side, and then he thrusts you back this way, and then you gotta stop at the 1 or the 2, depending if, like, if you're on, what is it, D and B, you'll hit 2, and then A and C will go to 1. Like, that's the place where I feel like solo healing will be the most difficult. because everybody that has to run to 1 gonna get super smashed, and then everybody on 2 is gonna get super smashed. And honestly, the way it usually works out, there's like usually a healer over there, and then a healer over here. And when 1 smash goes down, everybody gets healed pretty much simultaneously with the 4 of us that are, bunkered together, and then the same to the other side with their healer. So, like, solo healing it, even sounds pretty damn difficult, especially with that phase right there. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's like, it'll be tough. It'd definitely be tough. Having the extra DPS would be nice, but it would definitely be tough solo healing that. LJ, what's up? How you doing as well? I'm doing pretty good, LJ. Did you get your regalia? You did, didn't you? I thought I saw you and Mira talk about it in Discord. How you been, LJ? I'm glad you could make it tonight. Shit, a DPS left of all people. Although it looks like more people are starting to run it as well, so. But I gotta glean in on this, like, very perceptively. Maybe they ran out of time. I understand that. It happens. But this is what gets me. Why would you ever leave a party that you had a clear on with a stated autumn level to go to any other, possibly less? Unless maybe they went to fight some Rathalos. I mean, they really want a scholar. Honestly, scholar is probably the best thing for that place. It makes the most sense. Until the second half, where it makes absolutely no sense. Honestly, I feel like the best thing to go into Rathalos would be, like, 1 tank and 3 red mage, 4 paladins, and I don't know about paladins. I feel like Dark Knight could probably do it better and escape with the most health. That sounds crazy, but in my head, that sounds right. Maybe even warriors, honestly. I don't really know. I've never played Paladin, so I don't really know a whole lot about that class. Man. It's all falling apart on me out here. At least I got 1 clear in for now. It's one way to look at it. Got it for your main character only so far? Oh, I feel you. Paladin could cover the healer? Maybe. I'm not really sure. That's some strategy that you'd just have to do some math and... YOLO! So yeah, I don't really know how well that would work out. It's one of those things, it's definitely up in the air. It would, like, the way usually the split goes, like I said, A and C take 1, and then B and D take 2. And, I don't know, you just have to be really versatile, with your heals, and very, very strategic as well. Wow. You know when you accidentally breathe when you're trying to, take a drink of something? Oh, man. Well, that just happened. Woo. Almost died twice. One day. I guess 2 days at this point. Whatever. Also, sorry about your ear holes. Hello, person. Don't die. I'll try not to. I'll give it my all. Whew, that was rough. Wouldn't that be horrific to see? Just like somebody like, what is it called? There's a term for it when you've got something like lodged in your throat and you can't breathe. It's not hyperventilate, but it's like, what is that? It's definitely suffocation, yeah, but there's another term for it. When you're suffocating basically on food or a beverage, or you can't breathe because you're coughing so much. I can't remember the name of that. But, that would be a horrific thing to see in real life, you know, like somebody like die from ingesting a food or a beverage. Like if I saw that at a restaurant, there's two things I'm instantly gonna say. Wow, that fucked me up a little bit. And two, I'm never eating here again. You can't say that if it's your own home though, so that almost doesn't work out with that second part. Choking? Well, yeah, there's another term for it as well. Did Choco stare at me very confused? Actually, no. She's like not concerned one bit. She did not even bat. Nah, I don't even think she woke up. Well, she's awake now, but she was definitely asleep. It probably did wake her up. She was probably like, "You son of a bitch, I was asleep." See, she's over here now. Isn't that right? Come here. Come here. Come here. Don't, no, I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. Sorry. She has like a tug-of-war toy. This dog loves tug-of-war more than any other dog I've ever had in my life. And it scares me, honestly, because I worry about her teeth. Obviously, you would if you were a dog owner. But damn. She's wild sometimes. Fetch, tug-of-war, and keep away. It actually works out. It works in a cycle. She knows I'll play fetch with her. Fetch is an easy one. You know, you throw it, they bring it back. You both get that little bit. Oh, she brought it back. And he's like, oh, he's throwing it again. Whatever little bit of enjoyment you get out of that. So that's cool. But she also has, yeah, I like that this person's a howdy person as well. She also, like, it works in cycles. Like, fetch turns into tug-of-war. Alright, like, eventually it gets to this point where she brings it back, but she doesn't drop it anymore. She just keeps it in her mouth and looks at you like, try to take it. So I'll try, we'll tug-of-war for a little bit. I'll obviously win. I mean, she's only a medium-sized dog, so her power, I'm guessing, varies. I don't know how to, like, tell you dog power levels. I don't have, like, I can't read power levels. I don't have one of those things. I forgot what it was called. But, for real though, she is pretty crazy with it. Well, anyway, right after tug-of-war, it turns into keep away. Because obviously, again, I can win. So what happens is Choco instantly starts to bring it back and start the tug-of-war thing, but then just like jerks it really quick right out of my hand, or just like will like sit right on top of it and like pounce mode, just like grab it, motherfucker, grab it. Let's see what happens when you grab it. And when I try, she'll just like yank it real quick. Cause I may be stronger. She's definitely got way more agility than I have. I don't have much. I'm like I'll tell you, like, if I had a base stats that I could tell you, I'm probably like, we'll do 1 to like 100, 0 to 100, better yet, 0 to 100. My strength, I'm probably like a 65. I'm like above average strong, but I'm not that strong either. I'm not gonna say I'm the strongest guy you're gonna meet. Probably not. I can get by with what I gotta do, kind of thing. Intelligence, probably about the same spot. Not the smartest guy. I know a little bit about a lot of things. That's my thing. Stealth? Oh, 0. I'm not stealthy. That's why I had to put 0 back into play. 1 doesn't do the justice. I'm a straight 0 on stealth. Ooh. Well, let's do some other base stats. My armor, I'm human. So we put that as a 0 too. Humans, a lot of shit can kill us. Like, a lot of shit can kill us. So my defense, straight 0. Offense, probably another 65. Like, I'm like a 0.65 on the radar. I look like a heartbeat. Like, if you had to put my power levels on, like, a thing, it's like 65, 0, 65, 0, 65, 0. I'm either really good at something, a little good at something, or just I will never get it at all, ever. Your Pitbull's power level is pretty high when it comes to tug of war. I can only imagine. Choco is no Pitbull. She's probably half the size of your Pitbull, with probably less than half of the abilities. She definitely has like that jaw strength. Maybe kinda like a Pitbull. I've never actually owned a Pitbull. I've been around them multiple times. I'm a dog guy. I'm definitely not afraid of them. But as far as like real tug of war with a Pitbull, I've never actually been there. And I can't tell you what breed Choco even is. Like, she's a stray of a stray and a mutt of a mutt, all in one. She's a mystery all on her own. Azunami, what is up? Sorry that I missed that a little bit. How are you tonight, Azunami? And I'm glad to be alive. I'll say that much. I've had a wild night. Glad to have you though, Azunami. I hope you had a good Thursday. I hope you're a Good Friday. How does Good Friday work for people outside the whole, like, see, all I know it's Good Friday, like, I'm not religious, but I grew up religious, so I know when Good Friday hits. It's the Friday before Easter, if you celebrate Easter, which is another thing, like, Easter. You know, there's a lot that goes on this weekend. Let me tell you, Good Friday, 420, Easter, the one in the middle only a few of us know about. Actually, it's 2019. We all know about it. It's not a secret anymore. But the runt of the babies, her weight is 42 pounds. Woo! I'm not gonna lie, Choco is she's getting a little chunky in her days. She literally just looked at me after I said that. I figured she would. I did say her name, though. But be that as it may, she might be pushing that 42. She's, I don't know, she's still really hopper, but compared to, like, 2 years ago, Choco, when she was still a pup, she's calmed down a lot. She's still got a lot of hop, though. My dog's got so much hop. So much hop. Like, don't get me wrong, I love jumping onto YouTube and seeing people jump in the chat first, right off the bat. It's the coolest thing ever. I always think that person, the person, whoever it is, I'm always like, you're the real OG. You got here first. Always love it, no matter who it is. Even if it's somebody new, always like it. You know, it's just like a weird feeling, you know, if you're a streamer. Like, I remember the first time I did a live stream where sometimes it was silent, you know? And then, like, the further and further, like, into it, you know, everything played off and went, like, the better it got. More people would show up. We'd have more people here. The group has grown largely. A lot of us have got closer through Discord or just showing up to multiple streams as well. So, I mean, it's just, like, a really cool thing to have. But let me tell you this. When I get home, Choco's hop level... Oh man, I've never seen somebody so happy to see my presence in life. Like, I'll walk through the front door and her tail, let me tell you, she's sitting there like, I'm about to jump on you. Get ready. My tail's wagging like a motherfucker. I heard you pull in. 1, I heard metal from a mile away. 2, I heard a car's engine from a quarter mile away. And when you pulled up with the metal along me, I heard the car door and the door unlock. Oh, I'm excited. As soon as I close that door, it's like I don't know, like, Choco likes to dance. That's another thing that's kind of funny. But she's also a dog that likes to hug. I don't know if you've seen that, but, you know, the dogs that'll stand up on their back legs and they'll just, like, hit you with the front legs. Choco's a hugger. She loves that shit. So she'll, like, run up to me as fast as she can, smell my feet, and say, like, where the fuck you been? Hug. You would watch and not chat? Yeah, I mean, that's always a thing. You know, I get that. Some people, like, don't want to lunge in here because they don't know, like, how exactly it's going to be with the chat. I get that, though, you know, like, especially if you go to a person that streams, like, pretty much every day, and, they've got, like, a usual amount of people that show up, or, like, a usual crowd, which is always cool to have. Have I ever not took Choco to the vet? See what kind of dog she is? That's the thing, though. Choco is so embedded with so many different dogs. Like I'm telling you, she's a mutt of a mutt, which was probably the mutt of another mutt. She's got a little bit of everything in her. I think that's why we can relate. We are straight up. I'm the human mutt. She's the canine mutt. When my French fry goes French fry, or wait, when my potato goes French fry, her potato goes French fry. That's what I meant to say. I fucked that up all at first. A very loving dog she is. That's a good thing, though. Like, that's always good to actually have a dog like that. I've never understood that would, like, raise their dogs to be really aggressive. I mean, I have a niece and 2 nephews. Every one of my friends, except for, like, 2 of my really close friends, have children, and one of them is expecting. So, like, children are a big part of, everybody's life in the long run, but, you know, for mine right now, kind of big, you know, everybody's got kids. Why would you want an aggressive dog if you know there's going to be children around? Which is a good thing about Choco. Not only does she love children, but she's also very loving and very hop. Super hop. Loves for people to just throw shit so she can fetch it and eventually not let you ever have it again once you've played fetch for like 20 minutes and you don't want to anymore anyway. She is a great dog, though. Definitely, hands down, the best dog I've ever had. It's just the bond we share, I think. She actually has separation anxiety, fun fact. Not fun fact, but fun fact about Choco, anyway. But yeah, she's got separation anxiety, so I can't really be away from her very long without her just, like, literally freaking the fuck out. But that's just literally because, a lot of you know, she was basically a rescue dog, that I've had for a few years now. And, man, it's just a thing, you know, like, having something literally depend on you and want you there every second of its life it's next level. So, just thinking of people that would raise something so aggressively is just, I don't know, it's hard for me to fathom. I just don't get that, you know? It's one of those things. But I'm gonna have to take a very quick restroom break. We're waiting on one more tank. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. And I'll be right back. Okay, one more thing still. And then we are Gouda. Ha! Cheese. I've actually, slowed down on my cheese intake, if you must know. Was Shoko, like, a stray? Like, they found her on the street somewhere? Not really. What exactly happened was, quick story with Choco. This is why I say she was the mutt of a mutt of a mutt. To tell her breed, I mean, we're gonna need like a long scripture probably, maybe some scrolls. This is the story of Choco though. My brother, lives on the other side of town of Adu. Kind of irrelevant, but not really. Some person went over to that side of town and dropped off a mutt, a pregnant one. Well, or, you know, a lot of people say Fost, so showing respect to that, Fost or mutt, whatever you prefer, mixed breed of the dog world. Well, this is what happened. This dog was dropped off pregnant at my brother's place. Like, this person was the owner, and they knew, like, my brother lives in the country, so there's not, like, and I live more so, kinda in the country, but closer to the city. And, my brother actually lives more so the countryside, if you will, kinda. Not really, but kinda. Well, like, this is what happened. The dog gets dropped off. This dog is pregnant. Literally, after the dog has the puppies, the owner comes back and takes the dog, but leaves every single puppy. All of them. A few people come and, you know, adopt the other puppies. A few of them, the others that were left off started to die. And at the moment, I just started living alone. I've had roommates for a very long time, but I just started to live alone. And, really kind of just, you know, I wanted a dog. It was one of those things where it's like, yeah, you know, it's Tom. You know, I want a dog. So, there was literally, it was like Choco is either, before she was, Choco that is, this dog was either about to go to the pound, which, around here, they don't euthanize dogs at the pound here anymore, which is a cool thing. It's literally an animal shelter. It's not a pound, so I should say that. At the shelter here, they don't euthanize dogs, which is a great thing. I'm very about that. Well, this is the thing about it, though. She was still gonna go there, and I mean, it can't be a good place to live, you know, in a cage. The way they actually do things, too, at our shelter is, there's not an indoor part for a lot of the animals. There is for some, but our shelter here stays packed pretty often, really. And it can get bad, especially randomly. There was a case around this town where somebody had 99 dogs. 99. Literally living in like chicken fences, like really small fenced areas. I mean, it was so terrible. And it literally became difficult for our shelter to keep all the dogs, so they had to start putting a lot of them in, like, outside cages. And, you know, just thinking about all that, I just saw this puppy, and I was like, I want a dog anyway. I don't even give a shit if it's a pure breed. Like, who cares? I'm not a pure breed. I'm the mutt of humans. Like, I got all kinds of culture in me. So I just couldn't let it happen. So I got Choco, and then, I mean, that's her backstory. And everything else is a mystery to the both of us. But in a sense, she kind of was a stray. She did live her first 6 weeks outside. She, like, I didn't bottle feed her. Like, she was already, like, I'll fed her soft food for a really long time. But she was already to that point, you know, where she didn't need to be, like, no bottle, no milk. She was definitely out of that phase when I got her. So she lived, like, her first 6 weeks outside. So, like, my first year with her, holy fuck! Literally, it was like taking in a non-domesticated animal and slowly having to domesticate it. It was sometimes scary. One time she ate a whole middle part of my couch. True story. She's wild. She's a great dog, though. A great dog. I've enjoyed all the time that I've had her for. It's been great. It is horrible, but those people exist in this world. That's the even more horrible part. Like, those people actually exist. People can own animals, and then those people who own those animals decide one day, it's like, yeah, you know, I don't want it anymore, so I can just go dump it off somewhere. And then once, like, maybe it was pregnant, like that dog was, and somebody was like, you know what, I want it again. So they go back and pick it up, they're like, but I don't want all those puppies, and then they leave it. Yeah, that's super messed up. It's even more messed up that people are allowed to do it. I mean, this is a crazy thing to some people when I say it a lot of times, because I guess some people feel like they might qualify, or be inadequate to qualify is a better thing to put. I always feel like, when you go get a driver's test, you know, I feel the same way with a child. You know, two people, this is going to be borderline stuff. I'm not saying I'm 100% okay with abortion, but I agree with it in some terms of not everybody needs a child, and that's the way of life sometimes. So I'm going to leave it at that and not really glean in on anything after that as well. Like, it's a very edgy conversation I don't want to have, because it will never end civilly. Well, anyway, above all that, though, I feel like before you should either be able to own a child, well, you can't own your child, I shouldn't say that, own a pet or have a pet. You know, a lot of people don't even like the whole ownership thing being a part of being talked about having a pet. So having a pet or having a child, I literally feel like there should be some kind of license test agreement. Like, we can all hands down agree that not everybody is completely mentally suitable or like just like suitable in general to have pets and children. Like, that is a sad but very true truth. That is like being human, you know, and you know, it really wouldn't hurt, you know. I hate that some may feel inadequate, like they shouldn't, but like, I mean, just think about the lives that really do just struggle because of those moments like that, you know, for no reason really. Like, no puppy was ever born wanting to die from parvo because nobody wanted to do anything about it. Which is a really common thing. Really fucking common. Like, let's say a dog of a litter of 8 to somebody who is inadequate to have pets. Like, 6 of those puppies may live, but at least 2 will die from parvo. Like, that's my statistics are off, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't look that up, but I'm fairly sure it's fucking close.
I must have more! Oh, Aramitama!
You know, it's going actually, to be honest, a little bit better than what it was. Maybe the people that left were kind of the problem. I hate to say that, but it literally kind of looks that way.
You know where to run!
If you can't raise a dog, you shouldn't own one. I think the same. That goes not only with saying that, but you know those people who, like, get dogs when they're puppies, but once the dog grows into an adult, they don't want it anymore? Like, the cute factor was the only reason they had it. That's another thing why I say that as well. It's just, like, not the whole, like, don't get a dog if you don't want it. Like, there's that thing. Like, sometimes if you have that urge that you think you really want something, but later on down the road you don't think you will later, like, that's a big thing as well. Like, a dog and a child, I hate to, like, even saw them hand in hand, but, like, if you're really a pet owner, it's kind of what it feels like. I mean, anybody that owns a pet could definitely really, like, relate there. I know not homeowners, but, like, like, people who have children will definitely look at that a little bit negatively, comparing it like that. But again, if you don't have a child and you do have a pet, I mean, that ends up becoming basically your child. Bluntly put, that's how you're gonna see it. Well, like, that, like I was saying, you know, that's a thing. They're like, people have that indication sometimes where they think, yes, I want this, I want a pet, I need a pet. But then, like, later on down the road, it's an adult dog, or maybe it's old. That's a big factor too. Some dogs get old and they just don't want to play anymore, and sometimes that's when people decide they don't want them, which is also terrible. Like, oh man, I mean, it's just literally not fair for those dogs, you know? Or in some cases with a lot of children as well. A little less often, so to speak, but still, yeah. Oh my god, I gotta get to C. I can't get to C because C has so much shit on it. What the hell is Tomato May doing out there? Oh man, that was my bad on that one. I was worried about Tomato May and looking at the rest of the shit, wondering what are the repercussions of me not having C here? Like, it can't be good. Oh, god damn it. Oh, thank goodness. The one time it finally does grant immunity. Oh, fucking fuck. Double fucking fuck. Ah! Oh man, I am playing with forces I shouldn't be playing with right now. Oh man, so much crazy shit was going down right there. But we're at 16%. DPS is still much higher than it was last time, thank goodness. I think we're gonna get it.
Beg not for mercy.
Oh, I don't know. We're getting it close. It looked more apparent. Now it's getting a little scary.
This upon yourself. You know how to run.
Thank goodness. Oh shit, the dog dropped. Tomato May was dead half that fought and got it. What the hell? It happens. As per the norm. Yeah, I'm actually really happy about that too. Damn, that guy actually left. The guy got a 99. He got a perfect fucking score. It, like Space Alien there said, it's actually the first time I've even seen it fucking drop. I think. I can't be like salty about it. Like, I mean, that's a badass thing. I know what it's like to get that dog. Not per se this one. I would love to have it, but would love to have it. I actually said a full congratulations. I've never done that in my life. Usually it's congrats. Came here to get a katana, got a dog. Can't complain. The guy who did nothing half the fight gets it then leaves. Actually, nah. Tomato's still here, thankfully. It looks like he's gonna go again. He wants. I guess he's well, he's playing a ninja, but apparently he wants the samurai weapon. But no, we actually had a tank leave. Unfortunately, the dog exists. I'm just glad to at least get the clears. That's been a big thing for me. Yes, like I said with I think it was last night with Bianca. I was talking about Bianca anyway. That's a fight that I literally ran 99 times, and this is one I literally feel like I could do it again. Like, I mean, it's really not that big of a grind. I mean, it is, but I say it like that because it doesn't feel like it. That's a better way to put it. Not as much, anyway. Oh yeah, almost forgot. So, another fun fact about me tonight, I've been really considered on taking the beard off. Rocked this beard for like a little bit. I don't know about it. Much like this regalia, I love it, but at the same time, it breaks the graphics so fucking often everywhere. Like, broken. Broken. Unless this is quicksand, and I just didn't know about it until now. I do like this, though. I was talking about it last night, the thrust. Damn! That guy's got 60. The Bard, shit. I'm guessing Space Alien has the least of all of us. He didn't state how many he had. Oh, there it is. I was sitting here wondering, I was like, I know Rez's place is like right here. I've been coming here like almost every day. He actually just shaved today. Like, I don't know, I've been rocking the beard for a little bit. Like, I keep the cheek, like my cheeks clean, but like, actual beard, man. this person actually was talking about if they could keep a good party together. Awesome. Actually, we had Kronos here already once before, I believe. Welcome back. Yeah, I thought so. Space alien even hit him with the welcome back. It's like, ha! You tried to leave. Just missed the whistle. For real. We're waiting on, I'm actually gonna let the, no I'm not. I was gonna say I'm gonna let the cutscene play through, take a quick restroom break, but I'm not. I want to really quick, but I'll wait just a second. Honestly, I want to have my position. I like being at C. The other ones, I can do it. I just, C's my spot. I like it. I'm there on, like, almost damn near every battle. I just like the C position. I've actually had a pretty solid time streaming here. I mean, a few, a few little speed bumps, but nothing too terrible. I'm gonna let it play through.
If I must forsake myself to keep mine oath, then so be it.
I skip it so often. I'm just gonna let it play through this time. Honestly, the thing this song mostly reminds me of, honestly, is running through Fallout 76 with Yuminato. Like, we went through some crazy shit in some Fallout 76. They need to add some DLC to that game. My god, I want to get back into it, but there's nothing to do. It's like the only bad part about that game. Like, I don't really have much of an urge to jump back on to do anything, really.
Tremble before true power.
We went through hell for real. Especially there in-game, when we were, like, running through all the nuked areas all the time. Man, shit would get wild out there real quick. I have the urge to go back, but again, it's just like, there's nothing to do. And I wish there was. I really do, man. I really wish there was more to do. That's what I was hoping, like, that game would have fit perfect for the DLC, like, module of video games these days. And the fact that it didn't go that way just blows my mind. Oh, monkey. I am at 350 health. What the fuck? Woo! That got scary. I looked down and see 350. I'm like, whoa. No. One of the healers is actually down right now, though. So that's kind of the problem. Blah! Okay, I was gonna try to get that guy up. Not gonna happen. Oh, not the right side. Like that one guy will definitely take. Don't cut off me. I'm over here making mistakes too. Just do you. A Scorched Beast and a Death Claw at once. Or, you know, just a good old horde of Scorched Beasts that, you know, would appear out of nowhere. Like 4 all at the same time, so we've got to like hunker down in the corner outside of a dungeon, hoping we don't get hit again. You remember that, Tom? Right after we traveled underground, right when I was doing my in-game content, the area that we were at, they hit it with a nuke, and then the Queen's Scorched Beast came out. Like, I never actually saw her. The only reason I know is because of the amount of Scorched Beast that kept pouring out. It was like 4 all at once. And we were cowering in corners of this place, hoping to either get back inside or be able to travel back to our bases. And I kept dying over and over, and I had so much loot that I couldn't let it happen. I had to get it. One of those moments. Oh man, it was crazy. I will never forget that moment. It's one of the craziest gaming moments I think I've ever had. Up there with the craziest streaming moments also being in there. So much going on all at once. Just hoping for the best. Oh, the best is not what's gonna happen. It's like logging into the game, hoping for the best, and you see that half of your fucking shelter's been destroyed. Like, if I logged in now, I feel like my whole shelter's just gone. Like, I really don't know, but I feel like that's the case. Like, the whole shelter, it's probably just not there. It's been about 2 or 3 months since I've logged in, so I imagine it's pretty much that bad. You remember that? Yeah, definitely one of the craziest moments of my whole gaming and streaming career, like an experience alone. It's just, God, that was a rough moment. Actually, the whole in-game experience for me, hell, you ran me through like 75, if not 85% of it. Like, I was like, my character's still way under-leveled to be where he is in the game. Like, still. I think he's like, he might be level 40. I don't think so. I really don't remember, to be honest with you. It's been a while. And again, I haven't been on the game in months.
it burns.
It's kind of weird too how so many other people, not only myself, but like all the other streamers that were like actively streaming Fallout 76, they just kind of like quit all at once. Like all of us, like once the content was done, it's like, yeah, why are we here anymore?
Tremble before true power.
Oh my god, go to the sea! Ah! Think of how bad that probably hurts his hand. Like, have you ever slapped water before? Like, as hard as you could, just smack water as hard as you possibly could with your hand? That shit fucking hurts! Well, depending on how hard you slap your hand against it, better yet. But, yeah, just think of how hard it hurts to just, like, slap this random island. Random island slap. Pow! That should cause that dude some damage, too.
Flesh of my flesh. Show them their folly.
Oh, folly shown. So, Minato, you've been playing Super Smash Bros. 2? I know quite a few people who follow the stream pretty actively have been playing. For what it was fun, but it was not worth full price. I mean, really, I kind of agree. Like what they gave us for Fallout 76. Let's put it very bluntly, it could have easily been, like, Fallout 4 DLC. Like, I know it was a full, like, captivating West Virginia in the post-apocalyptic era. Sure, yeah, okay. Like, but realistically, there's, like, no story to the game at all. No, like, reason to keep on the keeping on, you know? It's like, once it's over, it's over. Like, that was a blunt truth of the game for me that I hated, really. Like I said, once it was over, it was fucking over. The cane. You own it, but once you unlocked all the characters, you stopped playing. Ah, so you haven't tried Joker yet? Ooh, the Seiryu skill. Ooh. I didn't get the skill. That would have been a nice little barding. Okay, I got a BRB for a sec. I'll make it pretty quick. Give me just a second. Alright. Man, I've been here for a little while. Oh man, did we lose a tank? We did. It's hard to keep tanks in this fight. You haven't since he's DLC. Damn, is he like actual paid DLC? That's kind of sad. Although Mortal Kombat did that with MK10, I'm like, I want to play MK11, and I would love to stream it. It's probably not gonna happen though, realistically. Days Gone comes out Friday. We'll be playing and streaming Days Gone. That's just a really big genre. I love the Sony exclusives with the full compelling stories that get lashed out. Not to mention that genre of video game I'm already really into. I love The Last of Us, love Resident Evil, just like the whole end of the world apocalypse zombie thing. I love it, I really do. And it's just that's probably more so on the list of me being able to play. I mean, but I would really love to do Mortal Kombat 2, but it's just probably not gonna happen realistically. It's just, I love Mortal Kombat, but it's just, I didn't even play 10. Throughout the years, I've been so hit and miss. I've played 2, I played 3, I played 4. Then I played Deception, Armageddon, and then none. It's pretty much it. I've had some gaps with my Mortal Kombat games. So, be that as it may, like I said, I didn't even play 10. So, 11, 11 is, I feel like it's kind of like the love child of 9 and 10. And, I don't know, I feel like there's like a link I'll be missing out on there. But at the exact same time, I just, I don't know, I mean, as much as I do like a good fighting game, it really isn't up my alley for streaming, like, and Days Gone definitely kinda is. I mean, I did Until Dawn on here. I'm going to do The Last of Us eventually. I don't want to play The Last of Us until we're closer to The Last of Us 2. As much as I do love that story and do love that game, I just want to be at more of a, to connect myself to the second one, I want to play through the first one again, and playing it closer to the release of the second one just seems to make more sense to me. This will probably be my last run with Seiryu here after this. I mean, I wanted to do a couple of Yojimbo, so that's the reason I say that. And we'll see how it really goes from there. Hopefully, it's not too hard to try to get it on a party with that. If it proves too hard to not, I'll just probably call it. But we'll see. But this is my last Seiryu fight for the night, unfortunately. I've had a few clears tonight. I'm pretty excited about that. Pretty comfortable with calling it. 22 totems now. I'm gonna end up catching up with Suzaku, but it's something I've talked about loads of times in this fight in this game. Even before I had my clear, it's really not a hard fight. Like, it can be intimidating, but that's just the parties you're playing with. Like, if you have good DPS, good heals, and good tanks, I know it's kind of a lot to ask for. Seiryu's really, honestly, I'm gonna be bluntly put about it. He's stronger than Byakko, much stronger. But mechanics are a lot easier. If not up to the same par, you know, kind of thing. That's just my perspective, though. It's meant to know, like, not to offend her, really. It's just through my exploration of this fight and playing with so many other different people. You just gotta know your shit. You gotta know your shit and do it raw, and it's not that bad at all. All I'm saying is also, like, Elon Musk is the greatest person to follow on Twitter. Oh my god. Like, 1 minute, he's telling you all about what's really going on, and then the next minute, he's just, you see nonsense, and you're like, damn, Elon Musk, what are you doing right now? You're out here, like, digging tunnels in the ground and, like, sending shit into space. The next minute I know your image on your Twitter account's a sheep. Why are you on Twitter right now? Bianco is easy. Oh, yeah. Like I said, I literally ran Bianco 99 times. Like, I had to do it that many times to get 99 totems to get the dog. Yeah. It's just, I know it's insane. But it was worth it. I got so much Bianco stuff. I got the Bianco Komi. I got the Bianco Minion, I think. Or at least I thought I had it. Maybe I don't. I thought I did, but I guess maybe I don't. I wanted Dominion, I guess, and just never got that far. I thought I had it. Oh, man, where would it be if it did have it? It'd probably be around here if I did. I don't think I do. I thought I had it. I do have the Bianco Cub. I take that back. He's right there. I got the Cub. I got the Cub, I got the Barding, and I got the Mount. And I had the weapon when it was still relevant. Probably still have it. Still have it. I ran the shit out of Bianco. I loved that fight. Woot! Nice. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I literally feel the same way though here with Seiryu. Like I've talked about it multiple times. I mean, to me, it really is an easy fight too. There's really not that much that goes down. Especially once you start to actually run it and get consecutive clears with it. I mean, it just becomes more of a more and more clear thing as you go. A secret furry? Not really. Honestly, I'm very old school when it gets into stuff like that. Like, I'm very basic. I don't really have much of a crazy opinion on anything. I do like the White Siberian Tiger, though. It's probably one thing in this world that I wish could probably have for a pet one day, which I know will never happen. It'd be cool, but it's not gonna happen. But yeah, it's one of my favorite mammals or animals, period, in our Earth. Big reason why I'm a huge Bianco fan. Not to mention, I really liked the new trend of getting the dogs as it was a trend at the time. Now it's kind of like, you know, with a few other battles in there, it's not exactly much of a trend anymore. So much more as a tackle, I guess you could say these days. Plus, I actually had a really good luck with Susanoo and Lakshmi. Like, really good luck. Susanoo, I had the weapon and the dog running Susanoo within my first 10 runs. Like, I never even had to break 10 for Susanoo. Lakshmi, it wasn't that far either. You know, it had what was Lakshmi? Was Lakshmi accessories? Pretty sure I had whatever I needed from Lakshmi pretty fucking quick as well. And the dog. Like, both of those treated me super nice. Byakko, on the other hand, oh no. I had to really put in work for Byakko. Then we had Shinryu. Holy fuck, I just refused to farm that shit. Then Tsukiyomi, which kind of turned into the same thing. Tsukiyomi is not a hard fight either, but much like Seiryu here, it's very specific. And a lot of people could just never get that straight, and I kind of like gave up on it. The closer we got to Suzaku, and Suzaku, it became so annoying running that fight that I just kind of quit with it too. Like, I'm kind of coming to terms I'm probably never gonna get that last dog for having all of the dogs. I hate to say it, but it's probably true. I mean, I would love to get it, but realistically, there's certain fights I'm just not gonna put myself through anymore. Suzaku may actually be one of those fights. Like, I had my good run with it, got the weapon at least when it was relevant. And you know what? Running it to 99, I don't know about it. Seiryu, on the other hand, like I was saying a second ago, I could see myself doing it. You know, this one, it's got just enough difficulty to it, but not too much really either. It's like, you know, as long as you know what to do, you're fine, you know? And I take that back, as long as you know what to do and do it correctly, then you're fine. Never got to beat Susanoo on content because the people you got into with were god-awful. Really? Like I said, I just got super lucky with Susanoo. Like, everything about it. Like, I was always getting the good parties, although I played it literally at its relevance, though, so there was always those parties there. Like, I was always getting good parties. And again, you know, in less than 10 runs, I already had the dog and the weapon. No reason to even go back. I even had the dog, the weapon, and I have the Susanoo barding too. All within 10. Like, literally, Susanoo was just spitting fire for me. I had so much luck at the beginning of Stormblood, rather than where we are here at the end now, where I'm tried my best. Bah! I should be yelling that, not you, Seiryu. But yeah, Susanoo, I literally had everything going on, just like Byakko, but I was just so lucky and didn't have to grind for it. I just got the shit.
None can match my might. Flesh of my flesh, show them their folly.
Holy shit.
I must have more. Oh, rabbit.
Can't believe that worked. Sorry, I'll get that music going here in just a second. I can't really take my eyes off the screen or the controller at the moment. It's about to get to one of those little moments where the game's pulling some con fuckery out here. Okay, I got it now. Good deal.
You know where to run.
But yeah, I feel you. I mean, as far as relevance goes with something, sometimes it can be a little difficult, trying to get certain clears. I mean, that's kind of me with Rathalos right now. Even though I was around when Rathalos was very relevant, the downfall to that is, like, as it became less relevant, less people started playing it. Which, you know, let's say you were not around for the Rathalos period, I can only imagine how not marish it is to even try to get your foot in the door. I mean, nobody's trying. A few people, like, once a week, I usually see, like, maybe one party running the Great Hunt. And I just imagine how long that's actually on there before they actually just have to call it eventually. It's like, yeah, nobody's gonna make it, or nobody's doing this. That's really all I imagine that actually happens, though. I don't really know. I'm gonna die. Didn't die. Thankfully. It's one of those moments where I wasn't sure about it, though. Thought it was about to happen.
Beg not for mercy.
%45%. We may have it. I hope we do. Looks a little chaotic around here right now. But maybe.
How it burns.
Oh, that should not be on me. Whoa, actually didn't get the tether once in this fight. What the fuck?
Tremble before true
That
power.
never ever happens. I'm on the wrong side. I'm on the right side! Holy shit! Something's too perfect here. Something's gonna fuck up. Something's about to get fucky. It's one of the greatest lines of Trailer Park Boys. Here in Bubble said, something's fucky. Something's fucky. Or, he doesn't sound so Batman. Something's fucky. He doesn't sound so Homer. I don't know, I can't do a good Bubbles. Fun fact about Bubbles. He's a fellow Mike Smith. There's not many of us in the world. Actually, there's a lot of us. I'm not going to downplay that. There's a lot of Mike Smiths in the world. Ah! Didn't make it.
Bless us thy bless. Show them their folly. Not for mercy.
Big Chungus is an asshole. What? Who's Big Chungus?
I will not lose. I cannot.
He's gonna lose. 7%.
myself. You know where to run.
Good deal. Nice. Another machinist weapon. Wow. What are the odds? 2 in a row to not. The big guy who smacks down his hand. Oh, the Chungus. You didn't like Rathalos? The fight was just buggy and annoying. Actually, like and don't like it. I agree, very buggy. But once you figured out the bugs and you had good parties to run it with, it wasn't bad. The hard part to that with Rathalos became keeping those hard parties. But yeah, that was my last Seiryu. I had a lot of fun with it. Oh, it looks like everybody's gonna call it. Definitely had a lot of fun there. I'm gonna go ahead and disband, take a very quick restroom break, and then right after this, when I get back, it won't be long, I'll start some Yojimbo shit. I'm not gonna be on too much longer, but I will be on for a little while. Give me just a bit, take a quick restroom break, and I'll be right back. Yojimbo shit! See what that's like. I'm just gonna try a traditional duty fonder first, see what that's like. Then I'll hit up the, maybe the party fonder. I don't even think it'll be necessary, really. I'm hoping that this is still relevant. I would really hate for it to be irrelevant already. I mean, shit, this fight's like, what, not even a month old? Definitely encourage anybody to get in here that would like to, though. So what's, anybody got some thoughts on the PS5 coming out? Like, we've had loads of details in the last few days, kind of like given to us. Like, nothing on a real pros factor, nothing on what it's gonna really be capable of other than backwards compatibility, and VR is also gonna be another big factor, which VR definitely, definitely saw that coming. Backwards compatibility and 8K video quality. 8K, man. Video games these days. I've barely been a year into 4K, and now there's like probably in about a year and a half to 2 years from now we're gonna have 8K video game streaming. Shit. Wild thoughts. I just, you know, I hate to say it, I don't know if I'm ready to move on to the next console. Like, I'm going to when I have to. But, like, do you even think 14 here is going to be on PS5? Like, think about it. Like, look at Final Fantasy XI. How long did it last? This basically started in 2010. Then it had a reboot with A Realm Reborn. So, I mean, realistically, thinking about it, like, how much longer is Final Fantasy 14 going to be a thing? Like, maybe one more expansion after Shadowbringers? Maybe? Maybe? A lot of predictions of Final Fantasy 16 are thinking that it's going to be another MMO. I mean, I don't know, it's a big thought. You never know. I mean, there was 2 existing actual game formats after 11, though. You had 12 and 13 before 14 came along. And we have only had 15 since 14. But 14's been around for a very long time. And we're about to have literally a shift in video game consoles. Makes you wonder. Makes me wonder. It's insane how easy it is to find. Like, once you've made the lap so many times, I can just, like, run right here now. Riz's place is just, like... Although, it's a lot of Eorzea here. Not just, like, the Goblet. It was a place I didn't think I'd ever map out in my brain. This place is... It's kind of, like, constructed almost like a maze, really. But, like, I mean, not really at the exact same time. It's more so like, you know that painting of all the staircases? I can't remember the name of it. But it's just a painting of staircases that cascade upon other staircases going up, down, upside down, left to right, some diagonally probably, just all different directions. I feel like the Goblet's kind of like that. Like, I guess the subdivision homing areas could be a lot like that as well, but the Goblet definitely has that format as well. A new MMO would be interesting. I would agree. You know, I would probably be at the helm of playing it along with so many others. But man, would it not be so hard to just leave Eorzea behind to just go into a new immersive Final Fantasy world? Makes you wonder what things would carry over and what things would not. It's an odd thought. You know, a lot of people would be very unaffected about it, like a lot of the PC people. Oh shit, the Swin? Sorry, I missed you over there. But yeah, I'm a summoner. I'm a summoner main, actually. A little late on your chat over there. But yeah, sorry. I chat on YouTube and Twitch at the exact same time, and my Twitch feed is, it's a lot of fun. But, I don't really get as much, following, usually, as I do over on YouTube, so I'm usually paying attention to YouTube a little bit more, but, no doubt, the Swin, or the Swift, actually, okay, my bad, the Swift, yeah, I'm a summoner main. Alex SH, you must be, the Swift, or so I think, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm usually looking at YouTube. I look at Twitch too, but Twitch, I get a lot less action over on Twitch than I do on YouTube. So that's my main focus. Side hustle over on Twitch. But yeah, hey, thank you for watching. But yes, I am a summoner main. You know, I've played other classes, definitely. I dabble. Like, I've been through, where's the thingy? Yeah, there we go. I've been through Dark Knight, White Mage, Samurai, Bard, Machinist, Summoner, Red Mage, and Blue Mage. Dabbled with the Thaumaturg, but only because when I first started playing this game, to be a Summoner, you had to have a level 15 Thaumaturg and the Arcanist at level 30, which was absurd. But, like, yeah, that definitely Summoner main. It's what I prefer most of all. Is Summoner so complicated rotation that you're more focused on your hotbar than seeing the fight? Sometimes. It just depends on how complex the fight is. Really, no, but sometimes, yeah. Like, if it's a really complex fight, sometimes I'll be looking at a cooldown, and, like, a good one would be Suzaku, for example. Seiryu, no, not at all. Yojimbo, not at all. But two, not just Suzaku, but Seiryu. Both of them are really critique fights, to really put it into example. Well, I don't want to even use that word. They're really just intricate is a good one to use, but also very particular. Both of the fights just require so many fundamentals actually moving around to be in the exact spot you need to be at a certain time, that sometimes it can get like that, but most of the time, not really. The only thing about Summoner is cooldowns, that it kind of sucks, and, like, you're literally, your damage per second, by definition. Like, a lot of times, like, you play at DPS, and you're like, oh, yeah, DPS damage per second. I mean, that's why I'm here. That, in essence, is the pure essence of what Summoner is. Like, you've got to keep your poison down, your miasma. You've got to make sure you got your ether flow flowing through as often as possible, which is why I usually just kind of keep it up by default, so it's just, my cooldown's just done, waiting for me eagerly in the background. And also timing things out correctly, but it's literally, it sounds harder than it really is. I love it because once you get that, like, down, you're never gonna forget it. It's like one of those things. It's like literally like riding a bicycle. Once you get it down, you've got it. That's the best way to look at Summoner. Free tank healer queue? I only need a tank right now. You could try to jump in here, but I don't know how it would go. And I would really hate to lose what I've already got. I just need a tank. I would hate to lose that. Might switch your main in Shadowbringers. Tired of having to res people. I feel ya. That was definitely a helpful thing added with the red mage into the game. But as also a person who played the red mage, I know how just annoying it is, and I'll play Summoner, so I also know how just as annoying that is. That's a big cost for a Summoner compared to a red mage or a white mage or any healer for that fact. Like, restoration, like, for me to actually res somebody back to life, usually I'm using Swift Cast with it, so we'll put that in there as well. It usually costs me a Swift Cast. It doesn't really say how much MP it costs. Maybe it doesn't cost MP. But then the resurrection itself, which costs like 3,500? I don't know. It's a big expenditure for a summoner. But I feel you. What would you switch to though, Riz? Would you go Dancer? Or would you go Gunbreaker? Oh yeah, I definitely enjoy the thoughts and design. But a few of them, not so much, I'm not gonna lie. I love most of them. But some of them I feel like get ridiculous. That's a good way to look at it, like, very ridiculous. Like, I love the fact that they're fixing the tank swap thing now. Like, that's been a big thing for me the whole time I've played this game. I'm not a big tank. Yeah, I've got my Dark Knight up to 70. But I don't really tank anything. I don't really prefer to, honestly. People expect a lot out of tanks, and, I try not to bring too hard of expectations to the battlefield. Just what I can and what I'm comfortable with. While I like Watt Mage a lot too. But like, there's some thoughts in this game where I'm just like, wow. Like Suzaku for one. I like the thought, but at the same time, there's too many points where I'm like, whoever the fuck was in charge of that thought, like, who was trying to pump the brakes out there? Like, it's not that hard. But for people who don't get basic mechanics and thoughts or rotations, it's going to be very difficult for. And trying to get all of us in the same group together is even more ridiculous. Another one to be ultimate tier stuff. Not that many people even play it, which I get. There's the people who like that extra expectancy of difficulty to come. But let's get real. Like, not even 20% of the game did the content. Like, who are you appealing to out there, other than chuckles to yourself? So I'm hit and miss. I love the game, I do. Do I think there's content that's a little ridiculous in here sometimes? Yeah, definitely. Ooh, that was, Ah! Why are you moving the same place as I am? What are you doing? But really, a big thing in this as well, like, I mean, it comes with all MMOs. It depends on who you got to run the content with sometimes. Like, bluntly put, like, sometimes it's just not as easy as getting a good understanding amount of people. You know, luckily I'm a streamer, so I do get a good quality understanding. You know, I have people like Rez, Minato, Mira, Zombie, so many people coming in here all the time. Judo, willing to help, willing to run content, willing to do clears. Steven, a lot of people, you know, just willing to get on in here and just like do a lot of the content and just like do as much as we can. And that's always fun, you know. That's definitely the part that makes it worth it. But not having that sometimes makes the game that much more difficult, especially when you're just trying to like do things for shits and gigs or maybe a little bit of fun. So I guess that's a little bit like a big elaborated version to the answer that you probably wanted for that question, but I felt like, you know, there was a lot of different benefactors and explanations that really had to go into play with the answer that I had behind that, because I love the game, I do, and there's some times where I do have the moments where I'm just like, this is ridiculous, like, who was behind this in the gaming department, like, at what division, at, like, in the devs where they're just like, yeah, that's okay, run it. Sometimes I wonder that, you know, that's a thing. What the fuck? I'm apparently pulling more hate than the tanks. But yeah. 10 button rotation or 20, 30, 40? Definitely not 40. I don't really know, to be honest with you. I've never counted. I'd have to count, like, right after this fight to give you an honest answer for that. So if you really want that, I mean, give me a few minutes and I'll give you a number, but I've never in my life counted before how long my rotation is. I've just kind of, like, did it. It's blunt to say, but it's very true. You've been thinking of Lala Dancer would be kind of funny. I would really have a lot of Jester jokes, I'm not gonna lie. Jester joke comes to mind when I think of Lalafell Dancer. There's nothing wrong with it, though. There's a million jokes behind Lalafell in this game, so, I mean, you just pick your joke, really, with AH! What the fuck? It's been too long since I've ran Yojimbo. Oh wow, this is about to get bad. Think you're an endless MP battery and can res? Yeah, I feel you there. Hasn't noticed you yet. Damn, Minato, you are in this font. I didn't notice you. I'm sorry. I'm glad you're in here. I hate that we're all dead. Really hate that part. What are the odds that you would actually get in here to be the party, though? Especially as DPS of all things. This is so bad. Hey, now we're off. Some of the sounds they make the characters make in this game is just insane sometimes to me. This is fuckery, of course. You're not healing it. Oh yeah, I mean, this is a wild-ass battle. Oh man. Really, the only real bad part is just everybody flanking on top of each other. There's no order to this battle right now. We're just like fucking running around like crazy people. It's like, ah! Like there's no other example. Like it sounds like a little much. I'll even admit. But if you're obviously looking at whatever device you're viewing this upon, you see the fuckery in which we're talking about. Loads of it. Hoof! Hoof! Big hoof! Sometimes it's rough being the squishiest, like, character in the party. It's the only downfall, really, of being a summoner. Like, that, it's one thing you just gotta come to terms with, like, right off the bat. You're the squishiest player on the field. Meaning the defense of a summoner is poo. Like, pure shit. I don't understand people who run Garuda, though. Like, if you're by yourself, I get Totten. If you're in a party, I'll always get Ifrit. It makes a lot of sense. Garuda people, I don't get. I really don't. Like, I know we get it last, but, like, mathematically, it's not the best. Good deal. Do Summoner have any trouble with content? Not really. I've never really encountered anything. I've enjoyed all the content in this game. What did I roll? Damn it, I'm not gonna get. I only got a 35. Minato getting that. Definitely giving it to Minato. Got that accommodation. We all want this. I got the shittiest roll. Like it's definitely apparent. But no, like, if you really did, like, want a recommendation, if you did want somebody to say, like, do I recommend Summoner to anybody? Realistically, I literally started playing this game in my mindset, goal to play Summoner. And the whole time that I've played this game, I've enjoyed it. Like, it was hands down at the beginning, I was like, you know, I had a big decision making. Like, I had to really more so look back on, like, all the classes of every Final Fantasy. Hey, Alex, thank you so much for subscribing. But I had to look at every class in every Final Fantasy game that I'd ever played. And, you know, the biggest thing in a lot of the games that I always liked, like Guardian Force in Final Fantasy VIII, the Materia to get summons in Final Fantasy VII. In Final Fantasy X, you had Yuna, the Summoner, who had all these fast fucking summons. And Summoner's pretty much always been my favorite class. I just like the idea. So, I mean, it became something I really wanted to jump into when I started playing this game. And with that being a thing, like, I don't know, I guess part of it was my drive to be a better YouTuber, but also a better Final Fantasy XIV player. But the love for being a summoner helped out so much, because this game alone has so much lore from so many of the Final Fantasy games, from all of the 90s, even back to the 80s for 1 and 2. So much nostalgia. And the summoner class itself hits up on so many of those moments. The story is so great, it was so fun to play through. And again, the rotation, once you actually get it down, it's like riding a bike. Like, again, I'll give you a good number with it. Like, I can even explain it to you very quickly. Honestly, here's the summon rotation. Like, honestly, you want to get your ether flow up. Once you get ether flow, I usually love to do a super quick swift cast and get my Ifrit out here. Once I got Ifrit out, I just go from there. Like, as soon as the battle starts, I'll usually hit R1. Like, R2, R1, that on the PlayStation controller will instantly target. I don't know what it does on PC, I'm not gonna lie. Probably just gotta use the mouse on PC. But that'll instantly target whatever you're fighting. And then when you go from there, you get your Tri-Disaster out there, which is a very cool one. It like, afflicts target with Bio 3 and Miasma 3 for 30 seconds. Or, no, 15 seconds, actually. Either way, no, I'm pretty sure it's actually 30 once you get to the point where I'm at now. Well, anyway, once it's on there, there's where the fun starts. There's where you, like, as soon as if you've already had that ether flow that I talked about having over here, once you inflict that, you can get your Fester going, which is always nice. What are we doing right now, Minato? Okay. Or Bane, if you're in a party, and you can spread that to all of them. Or if you've got, yeah, like, maybe you hit Bane, you hit Fester already, and you want to do something else to all of them, you can do Pain Flare, which is a very nice attack right there as well. At that point, once you've hit 3 of those, all these will go out, so to speak, or turn blue, if you're past level 60. And once they turn blue, once you have all 3 of these blue, you can hit Dreadworm Trance over here. And it gives you the ability to have basically a significantly less cooldown on Ruin 3 over here, and instacast on Ruin 2. Basically Ruin 3 too, but you still got a small cooldown. But then after that, you end up getting your Dreadworm Trance, where you can actually just throw a massive attack on top of your enemy, and then it's a restart on top of that, and then at the end of that, when you do that last Dreadworm Trance after you did everything you just did, while also trying to keep your Rals and Aether Pact, because the Aether Pact and the Rals make your Eggy, or Edgy, much stronger. But once you go through a full round, at the end of the second one, after you hit your Dreadworm Trance, you get to summon Bahamut. And that's where it gets really fun. You get 2 of these in a charge. He only lasts for a little while, but you get 2 charges, which is fun. Really fun. Very powerful. You just gotta top them correctly, is the only thing. That's why I say, Summoner, yeah, you know, DPS in any of these, you know, you can say is DPS by definition. But Summoner is literally the essence of DPS. That's the best way to really put it. And it sounds more intricate and hard than it really is, but it's super easy. I promise you, it's the first thing I picked up in this game, and I've not let it go. I've loved playing the Summoner. That's what you want to hear? That's awesome. I really hope you do enjoy it if you do try it. The sisters in 10 were OP. Oh yeah, the Mage's sisters? Definitely. The Dark Aeons in Final Fantasy X are really OP though. Oh, they're fucking nightmares. That was something I never thought that I would encounter, and when I did, I was like, what the fuck is this? But yeah. Mage's sisters. I love actually going through all that though at the end of the game to like try to get all the celestial weapons. Gosh. Final Fantasy X is such a good game. Like literally, I love the stretch of Final Fantasy VI through Final Fantasy X so much. Like, don't get me wrong, 1 through 5 was good. 1, it was the first Final Fantasy, you know. 2, it was the worst Final Fantasy. It exists. I'm not saying I hate it. I don't. You know, I've played it. I've streamed it. It's literally on my channel. It's my least favorite, though. Hands down, 2 is my least favorite Final Fantasy. Everybody fucking dies. Basically, anyway. Like, but, between 1, 2, and 3, you know, all good games. And 4, all good games. But 5, you know, kind of had a lot like 3, not that... 5's not another favorite of mine. A lot of people like 5, but to me, 5's... It's not a big favorite for me. But 6 through 10, holy hell. Talk about pure Final Fantasy gold. Like, the characters from 6 through 10, like, the creators in Square, Soft at the time and Square Enix now, they knew what was up. They really did. And that was awesome. But, gosh. I mean, we still have good content. We still have good games. Like, Final Fantasy X was great. Or, not 10, but 15. 15 was great. 14 I love. I have no knowledge, or I can't even reference a single thing from Final Fantasy 11. I never played it. I didn't. I never had the chance. I was a child when it was really relevant, really. And, I was more of a World of Warcraft kid at the time. I loved Final Fantasy still, but Final Fantasy MMO, I was iffy about it. I just didn't know how it would be. I knew that these games had been more of a narrative kind of thing rather than a group narrative kind of thing. So I never knew how it would actually be. And I'm so glad that people through streaming had talked me into Final Fantasy 14. It was around actually Final Fantasy 3 and 4 that people really tried to talk me into it just because of the similarities and nostalgia that 14 actually brings into play here. Loads of nostalgia. And I mean, that's one of the reasons why I would recommend Final Fantasy 14 to anybody. Like, if you're a Final Fantasy fan, like, if you can, like, call yourself a full-on Final Fantasy fan, like, you've played most of the series, this is like a playground for you. Like, that's the best way to put it. There's so much nostalgic events. I mean, we got Yojimbo, who is like Gilgamesh, who is so much ridiculous shit. I mean, it's so fucking great, and I love how, you know, they've, I'm not a big Tactics fan. You know, I played Tactics Advance in the first Tactics that was on PlayStation 1, or the original PlayStation, whatever, and, but I didn't play Wrath of the Lions on PSP. Honestly, that concept's not my favorite for Final Fantasy, but I love the lore that comes with Final Fantasy 12 and Tactics both, with the Espers and, you know, Ivalice, and just the whole Rabanastre feel that they did in here. They did Rabanastre Orban Monastery. I mean, there was just so much that they actually did so well. That's why I could say, like, Final Fantasy 14, if you were a Final Fantasy fan, and somebody recommended you an MMO to play, and they said Final Fantasy 14, I agree. Like, this, again, like I said just a second ago, this is like a playground for Final Fantasy fans. I've played every single Final Fantasy game. I've not beat them all, mind you. Like, a lot of those spin-off Crystal Chronicles, and a lot of the random things. But 1 through 15, I've completed. Mostly, for the most part. You know, a few of them, I haven't done a lot of the additional content, like Final Fantasy 15, for instance. I did not hit up every fishing area. As much as it's okay to go fishing in a game, it's kind of a hard thing for me to do. I go fishing in real life quite often, so simulating it, it's just not the same. Although I do have my level 70 fisherman here in Final Fantasy 14! That's true, yeah, it's not really even a Yojimbo fight in this game. It's just Gilgamesh again. Which is funny, you fight Gilgamesh 3 fucking times in this game. 3 trials of Gilgamesh. All attached to Hildebrand. But at least they, you know, they do give him some relevance. You know, they do at least acknowledge him as Yojimbo. And, you know, they do talk about Enkidu in, when you're doing the Kugane fight. Or, dungeon, I guess you could say. Man, this queue is pretty rough. Let me grab a drink real quick and see what Choco actually wants over here. I'll be right back. Choco needs to be in this game. Yoshi P needs to watch this stream, see my dog, and put her in the game. She will be the, what is it, called now? Where, people can, like, bring their pets to work because it's, like, an emotional support. Yoshi P, make Choco an emotional support mount. Just, like, put her randomly in a, like, her own space in Kugane where she can run around virtually and just call her Choco the emotional support pet, where you can go in there and you can adopt her for a limited time, up to like 20 minutes at a time, keep like up to like a stall queue of people of like 60 people at a moment. So like there's a queue on it, but it's not too bad. You never have to wait 5 minutes. You know, and if there's nobody there, you get that insta-queue, of course, where you can just go in and spend 20 minutes with the virtual Choco and just, like, give her all the loving that she needs. I'm telling you, Yoshi P, you do that, you just got a bestseller game of the year. Choco, the emotional support dog. Don't listen to me, that's your choice. You probably won't, and it's not gonna happen, and you're missing out on literally $1 million idea because people would get into that. Definitely. Like, I say that, and, like, I look at that, and I'm like, holy fuck, people really would do that. Because they would. That's the world we live in now, where the virtual world's much more appealing than the actual world. So, argue with me, Yoshi P. You'll probably never watch this stream, see that idea, or get the $1 million idea that I just proposed before you, but, you know, whatever. Who else here? Like, I'm just saying, you know, I would go spend virtual minutes with, virtual Choco. And whoever sent me a message, sorry. I don't really ever check them on stream. It'll be an after stream thing. But it's all good, you know. I don't mind getting messages, but it'll be an after stream. Still think it would be a winner idea. Knowing my luck, they'll steal that idea one day and they'll just use like the fucking Shinu, I'm gonna fuck up its name. I just want to look at it really quick and that way I can say it correctly. Shinu, Mama Shiba, which is like the Shino. Gosh, it's modeled after that that Chinese dog. I can't remember its name. Shino Nuba? Something like that. I'm looking it up. Shino Nuba? Shino Numa. That's it, right? Nope, that's not it. That is not at all. Shiba Nuba, that's it. The Shiba Inu. That's actually, goddamn. The internet's a fucking a terrible place. The Doge, the Shiba Inu, Shiba Inu. That's it. Shiba Inu, Doge. That's probably what they would choose. Like Choco looks like Doge. Or the Shino Ni... That fucking dog. With a fucking dingo. You didn't even pet the Choco and steal the queue. That was your message, actually. It's funny. You want a Shiba Inu? In real life, like, those dogs, they're nice, you know? They really are. They have that, like, again, they look a lot like Choco. Come here. They look like Choco and a dingo mixed together. But if you actually look up an actual picture right now, if you Google a picture of a dingo and you look at Choco here, she looks more like a dingo, I'm not gonna lie. Everybody says it. At this point, sometimes I question it. It's like, are you a dingo? Do I just randomly have an undomesticated dog that I've randomly tried to domesticate over all these years, and that's why she's still kind of super hopper and kind of undomesticated? But she also kind of looks like the Shiba Inu in a way, but just not so fluffy. And Corgi. Every time I think of Corgi, all I think is Cowboy Bebop. That's it. Like, when I think of Corgi, all I think is that little dog that was genetically enhanced from Cowboy Bebop. Do we got any Cowboy Bebop fans in here? That's a hard one to talk about. Like, I love the show, but it was another one of those really good short anime that, like, you either caught it and you loved it, or you saw 1 or 2 episodes and you knew it wasn't that long, so you didn't get into it. Because that's a big thing. A lot of people like the lengthy shonen anime, so they don't really like pay attention to the shorter ones, which sometimes the shorter ones have the most compelling stories. Again, Cowboy Bebop is definitely one of those like very well written, compelling stories. It's definitely my top 10 anime of all time. But yeah, if I think Corgi, I definitely think Cowboy Bebop. Isn't it crazy that in just 2 days I literally thought of actual ideas that would exist in this world that would not change anything, but are million-dollar ideas because the consumers of the world that we have, then the world that we're moving to would actually buy into both things. 1, virtual choco. 2, life, the experience. Talked about that one really quite deeply last night. Our future in the next 10 years is going to be very cool and very weird. I just wonder about it sometimes. The next 10 years. It really hits me hard, like, just knowing I turned 26 this year, this August. I'll be 26 years old. I'm not even 3 decades old yet. Excuse me. Not even 3 decades old yet. But there is another, actually, let me move this out of the way here. I'll see that in the screens. It's not part of the game. But like, it makes me think about it. Not even 3 decades old. About to turn 26. And I just have that thought in the back of my brain. Just, in the next 10 years, from what I've seen in my lifetime, I've talked about this a lot too on the stream before. It's not a new thing. I love to talk about the future. The future is an amazing thing. Never fear it. Like, even though the future may have some scary moments, like AI, you know, I've talked about some crazy stuff. I wouldn't fear it though. But in saying that, I need to elaborate on something random that comes to mind. Has anybody here seen the 2019 trailer to the new Child's Play? It's bringing the fear back to the Child's Play, taking the silliness away, kind of like getting that like crazy AI gone wrong feel to it. Oh man, the new Chucky movie, and Mark Hamill, fucking Luke Skywalker out there. The goddamn Joker from the 90s is out there playing fucking Chucky voice acting. Oh. Man, that shit's gonna be good. If you get into the horror film genre, that's a hit and miss thing. Especially here in like our little science fiction thing. Like, science fiction has a fun line where you either like get into all of it, or you get into all of it except for the horror part. So I get that too. It's a very fun line, but it exists. Also, the cast for the new, or chapter 2 to the new It series is also phenomenal. Gosh. This is going to be a good year for horror films, I'm just saying. They're still making Child's Play? Wow. This is actually a reboot remake. That's the only reason, like, they actually had a couple of them. The last one didn't even hit theaters. Like, it had become so ridiculous, the whole crazy spirit taking over a little doll, haunting children. So this is a reboot remake that is actually taking place in modern time, where it looks like AI is the big benefactor instead of some random serial killer spirit, which I think is genius and magnificent, especially using current times and making it work like that with those terms. Oh, it's so perfect. So perfect. And honestly, I hate to say it, Minato, this has taken so long. When we finally get in here, it's probably going to be my last run with Yojimbo here. I'm really tired. I've worked a full shift. I'm about to hit my 3-hour mark here. And I assume me and you are about to be here for a little while longer. So it's probably going to be my last run with it, Minato. But, I'll sit through it. I will wait till we get us a party. I'm about it. I definitely want to get at least one more of these in. Shit. I mean, it's not really that beneficial. I really want that, Yojimbo barding. Bluntly put, like, I mean, I've rocked the Byakko barding for so long. It's just at this point, I'm not gonna lie, it's even become lame to me. Like, I mean, it's cool. But, I mean, at this point, like, I've had it for so long, like, I would just kind of like to see the Yojimbo barding. let's not forget about Child's Play sex scenes that disturbed us all. Yeah, you know, there was a lot of that weird shit that went down. That's something I actually talked about, like, somebody was talking to me about, apparently they're doing another, Freddy Krueger thing, which to me, don't get me wrong, I get the whole horror film, like, they always walk a fine line between what's okay and what isn't. Freddy Krueger, to me, is not okay. Like, when I was a child, it was okay. I grew up in the 90s, the early 2000s. I was born in 93, so the early 90s and, well, the late 90s and the early 2000s were just a weird genre where people were trying to figure out what is and isn't okay still, which is very childish to say the least. The older I've got, the more I look at it, I'm just like, what has humanity really been for the last, like, 35 years. Literally a bunch of children making adult decisions where a bunch of adults just go with them because they're basically children as well and they don't know what the fuck's happening. They're just trying to figure it out. Bluntly put, that's really what's been happening. Okay, let's use horror films, literally the exact same example. Argue with me. I've got a billion reasons to prove you wrong in any argument already. Just try right now. I'm already saying adult laugh through the 90s and early 2000s and the decision-making skills that they had, along with horror films of that time, even now. Oh, whew, I got a whole list out there. Don't even try right now. But I will say, it was ridiculous. So, Child's Play, it's already kind of like stepping on some toes. They're doing AI, so it's going to work. Freddy Krueger in 2019 to 2020, or in any PC existing culture ever, oh, you're already stepping on toes. Last time they did a Freddy Krueger reboot remake, it was already too edgy. The pedophile thing is not okay anymore. It's not at all. Like, not even to use like a story background reference. Oh, this guy used to be a pedophile. He got burned alive. He comes back as a spirit that haunts you. No, that's not okay. It's one, stupid, because it's spirits. Just saying. Write me off on that one. A lot of people get on that, but that's already one for me. Two, the pedophile thing. Why does he have to be a pedophile? Why? Guy kills adults and teenagers. Why was he also a pedophile? Why? Like, that was something written to the script that was irrelevant, that didn't even have to be there. Okay, there's two. Three, your dreams. Okay, let me tell you, I've fallen off a cliff in my dream a billion times. I've wrecked a car in my dreams a billion times. I've been stabbed in my dreams a billion times. I've ate food and choked in my dream and died a billion times, and I always wake up. Let me tell you, if a motherfucking dream's gonna kill me, I'm just... it's 2019. Okay, if I was plugged into a simulation and that killed me, that I would believe. That would make sense. If I was plugged into a simulation, went to sleep, had a weird fucked up dream and that killed me, okay. Go to sleep and a dream kills me? No. Nope. Wrong. Believe me, I've died a billion times in dreams, and let me tell you what happens every single time I die. I wake up and either this dog's here telling me, hey, I need to go outside and poop. Or sometimes it's raining outside. That happens too. If it's raining outside while I'm asleep, I'm not one of those guys. Like, if it's raining and I fall asleep, I'll sleep for a long time. If I'm asleep and it's raining, I'll wake up and I'm like, what the fuck? That's a big thing too. They tried to reboot every horror movie in like the late 2000s. Yeah, that's true. Sub butter, crack GFK. I don't really know what that means. But, okay. Howdy. But yeah, that's very true. Some of the reboots work though, like It. Think about that, like the It reboot has been fucking fantastic. Like, so good. I literally can't wait till chapter 2. Honestly, though, Minato, if this hits 30 minutes, I've lost all hope, and I don't think it's gonna happen. Which is crazy to think, but damn. Yeah, it looks like Yojimbo content is currently dead as the fuck. Although, I mean, it is really late. It's like 3:44 a.m. in my area, which is kind of average for most of the Ultros data center or Ultros server primal data center. That whole shit. Another DPS? I mean, you can try to go tank or DPS, either one. I mean, whatever you think would work best, I guess. We can try a little bit longer. Maybe try tank. See what that's like. Or DPS. To be honest with you, it's another hard thing to say, though. Only because, like, realistically, if there was a lot of people trying to do it, I mean, no matter what you're really trying to run, they'd be there. Kind of thing. But, I mean, if you want to try to do the tank thing, I mean, go for it. Holy shit, do you really speak all these languages, Rez? Or is this just like one of those default things? I just saw Japanese, English, German, French. But that's kind of like the substantial thing when you set up the whole thing in the game. So I'm guessing not. But I don't think I've really ever gave it such recognition as I have up until now. At least it hasn't been a bad night. I had at least one Yojimbo clear. Didn't get the barding. I wish I could have, but I had a few Seiryu clears as well, at least. You put them all so we can queue faster. Well, hopefully we will. We'll see how it happens. The average queue is 5 minutes, but it's easier said than, yeah. Just saying. Hopefully we get it, though. I would love it. It is going to be my last party, though. I hate to say it. I mean, no doubt it's getting very late. I've been on for over 3 hours now, which in some senses are nothing. This weekend I'm going to be trying to do some longer streams. I'm literally off work all weekend long, so I can be on here a little bit longer, and hopefully maybe we can see what's up with some different content. I might even try to do no promises, though. I thought about trying to do the Surge finally. I talked about it a lot, but I don't know. If I do play it, I might end up just doing it on my own time. It's been a very long time since I've played a game without streaming it. Days Gone coming up this Friday. It's gonna take a lot of my time, definitely. We'll probably kinda call it a little bit on 14 here while Days Gone's out. We'll probably just be playing that until I get the story completion. Then pick up a 14 maybe after. The only reason I say it like that is only because, like, I mean, we've literally got nothing going on with 14 here. Nothing until the data center thing for Prommel really gets put into well, the North American data center switching thing comes into play. That, and also the actual Shadowbringers hitting. Like, that's kind of where we are. That's like not until June. There's not really you know, like, nothing big happening into the story. So when Days Gone does come into play, we'll probably spend most of my time with that for a little bit until maybe something else happens in here a little bit more, but oh man, it looks like the game's kind of dead for both of us right now, Minato, unfortunately, on the tanking, healing, and straight up DPS side. I really want to know who these 5-minute people are out here. Who are you and what Qs are you getting out there? Does it look too good? Yeah, it's kind of what I'm looking at here. I mean, we've been on for a while, waiting from the tank and healer perspective. We're not really getting too far into it. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and call it, to be honest with you. I would love to get another party here, Minato, but I don't think we're going to. I think it's just too late. Like, I mean, it's almost 4 a.m. Pretty much at this point, everywhere in the world, it's like at that weird time where either people are just waking up or they're fucking definitely asleep. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and call it, to be honest with you. I do definitely appreciate the help, Minato. I'm glad you could at least get into one party with me tonight, with the whole, the Yojimbo thing. And, oh yeah. We are definitely... Are we even on the party finder right now? Like... either way though, like I was saying, I mean, I just think that's the biggest benefactor. It's just like, it's so fucking late right now. And, I just don't see a whole lot of people trying to get on anything. The only thing I haven't tried is DPS. I don't really think it's gonna happen. If it didn't work with you being a tank or a healer, let's look at it realistically. It's definitely not gonna work as DPS. Like, if it did not work as a tank, if it didn't work as a healer, it's not gonna work as DPS. Like, whoever this random person is just like us hoping for somebody to be awake right now to be playing this this fucking trial. I feel like if we would have done a little bit earlier, maybe, but we're at that weird time, like, especially here with like this data center here in Prommel. most people are either just waking up or literally about to go to sleep. So, as with saying that, I'm literally about to do it, and yeah, I'm gonna call it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually just gonna leave the party. I just don't think it's gonna happen tonight. I would love for it to. I don't think it's gonna happen though, Minato. But I do thank you so much for at least trying. Definitely appreciate the initiative, and definitely at least trying. It's always awesome, and you know, popping in it was also really fun having you tonight, Minato. Wish could have had a little bit more tonight, maybe. Glad I got a few really good Seiryu runs in as well. I'm up to 23 totems now. Very happy about that. So. Literally, can't complain. But, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, though. I'm very tired, getting pretty hungry. And not to mention, things tonight, they went decently well for what I was trying to run, but didn't exactly go as far as planned that I would have liked to have had, but, no doubt, I still had a lot of fun. So, Minato, thank you so much for trying tonight, and also jumping into, my last party. And, maybe, you know, hopefully we can do some more, Seiryu stuff or something here in the future. Maybe Judo can come along with us. Always glad to help. I'm always glad to have you as help, Minato, definitely. And good night to you as well, Riz. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm getting tired, I'm getting hungry. I got a good Friday ahead of me tomorrow. Good Friday. But good night to you as also, Minato, definitely. But everybody, I'm gone. Like I said, you know, I just don't think too much more is gonna happen tonight. So I'm gonna call it here. Old Tumbles here is gonna get some grub in. Hop up on this thing. Get a good old. Where's that snooze at? Huh. I thought that was the good old, oh yeah, it's like doze, isn't it, right? Yeah, that's it. Pow! And he's to sleep, yeah. So, yeah, everybody, I'm gonna go ahead and call it too, though. But thank you so much for watching and everything. It's been a lot of fun. Good night to all of you, and everybody, I will be back tomorrow. Alex, thanks again for the subscription over on YouTube. Thank you for that, and also the chat over on Twitch as The Swift, no doubt. Thank you all so much for watching. Good night to you as well, LJ. Thank you for popping in also. I hope you all have a great night. Hope you all take it easy, and I will be back tomorrow, doing some similar stuff, but maybe something different as well. We'll see what happens, but until then, I'm out. Good night, everybody. Take it easy. Have fun. And until next time, I'm gone. Have a great night. Have a lot of fun, and good luck whatever you're trying to do. I'm out of here.